Well, here we are again. The Summer I Turned Pretty has finally come to an end, with the third season wrapping up just a few days ago. And like, you know, I don't know what I was expecting really, but man, I got so much more than I bargained for. Like, if I could just summarize the entire season real quick, it's basically, I made a video a few months ago about the very beginning of season 3, and now the Riverman's come to collect. I watched the entire season front to back, so let's talk about it. Come along, kids, let's take a walk. As per my last video, Belly found out that Jeremiah slept with someone else when they broke up for a couple weeks, and then she of course took offense to this because how come you don't process your feelings exactly the same way I do? But then they talk things out and get back together, and then of course this whole thing happened.
Would you...
Yes.
Isabel Conklin? Will you marry me?
Flawless idea. This will definitely solve all your problems. And hey, if it still doesn't work out, why not have a kid together? You know, just roll the dice on that one too. But anyway, so as you might imagine, Belly and Jeremiah are so in love now.
Taylor's already there. I gotta go. Ooh.
One last thing.
Yeah.
Will you marry me?
Oh, look at that. It represents your chances of staying together. But yeah, so now that they're engaged or whatever, like they're just so excited to share their love with the world.
What are you doing?
Gotta tell everybody.
What are you? No.
Yes.
Isabel Conklin is gonna marry her. I'm gonna get married. She's gonna be such a hot wife.
Yeah, I don't think that means, you know, that's kind of a weird thing to just yell out of a window, my dude. But now here's where things kind of start to fall apart, okay? So Belly and Jeremiah are so excited to get married, right? But literally no one else is on board with this. But before that, really quick, this video is brought to you by Raycon. It's time for back to school, which means it's time for backpacks full of like 12 different books where you only ever use like half the chapters anyway. What's up with that? Now, the only time I go back to school is in my nightmares, where I have to like get to class, but I can't find where it is, and then I wake up and I'm like, wait a second, I'm in my 30s. But if you are going back to school or anywhere for any reason, Raycon's got you covered with their new Essential Open earbuds. They keep your ears open while still delivering crystal clear sound so you can listen to all your favorite Gregorian chants while still being aware of traffic, your annoying coworker whose entire personality is quoting memes from like 4 years ago, or when your parents are in the next room having a divorce. Raycon's with you no matter what. Thanks, Raycon! Perfect for the gym, walking the dog, or just getting through life, my dude. They have all the stuff you already love Raycon for, you know, connecting to multiple devices at the same time, 36-hour battery life, great sound quality for half the price of all the other guys. And you know I've been using them, okay? Like I always say, I actually, for reals, for serious, use my Raycons literally every day. And so can you. Just click the link in the description or go to buyraycon.com/AlexMyersOpen and you'll get 20% off the entire site. And get yourself a nice pair of open earbuds today, okay? All right, back to the show.
Alrighty. How you holding up? I'm fine. It's whatever. Love is a lie.
Oh, Taylor, if you only knew.
That morning at the hospital, we got engaged. Oh my God, are you pregnant?
Yeah, so understandably, Taylor's like, what the heck? And later on, they're all having dinner together after they do this like dedication thing for Jeremiah and Conrad's mom. And things just take like a crazy nosedive.
We're getting married. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, like Belly's mom specifically is not having any of this nonsense, thank you very much.
You guys are not ready for this.
No.
This is very irresponsible. You are not
ready for
sure
this.
enough for
Totally
this. You are
ready
not
for this.
ready. Why? Why would you do this?
Yeah, you know, like, okay, like I cannot imagine how terrible my life would be if I was stuck with the same girl I was dating when I was 21. Like, you think you're so old and smart at that age, but like, nah, I was a dumb little baby. So this kind of sets up the bulk of the season where Belly and Jeremiah want to get married so bad. Ain't nothing gonna stop them. But literally no one in their life supports anything they're doing. And I'll tell you right now, as someone who's been married, marriage changes nothing. All the same problems, the same highs and lows, all of that is still gonna be there after the honeymoon, except actually now you might feel even more trapped, because like legally you can't just be like, oh yeah, this isn't working anymore, goodbye. You know, it's like a whole process now. Anyway.
Don't forget Richard.
Wow, drinks on the birthday girl.
Nope. Every penny is going straight to our wedding fund.
I'm so hot for you right now.
You wouldn't be saying that if you could see my feet.
Belly, you know, that's okay. We don't need to know how Jeremiah feels about your feet. So as the season goes on, things go pretty much how you expect them to. The parents don't support any of this, and Belly and her mom get in a huge fight.
You think I wanted to let him down like
Well,
that?
then don't let him down. Don't let me down. I mean, please, why can't you just accept this?
Because you are still a child.
You're just mad because you don't get a say in what I do anymore and it's
Shrekin.
killing you.
Exactly. Watching you make such a stupid mistake is killing me.
Conrad, of course, has a million different feelings all going on at the same time. Oh man, I can't believe Belly's getting married. Maybe it's because my bangs aren't long enough. Hey, how come no one thinks it's weird that we keep calling her Belly? Like no one thought this was a really dumb nickname? So they're trying to plan out the wedding, but they have hardly any money at all between the two of them. And Jeremiah's trying to intern for his dad, but he kind of doesn't know anything about anything. And no one takes him seriously since he only got the job because his dad owns the company anyway. Like, it's like a whole thing.
They're hazing me now. Isn't hazing, like, illegal?
Okay, you're an intern, dude. You gotta buck up or they're gonna go harder.
This season is a really interesting positioning of Conrad and Jeremiah. Like, season 1, Conrad was one of those broody, emo, sad anime boys. Jeremiah was happy and fun, because, you know, they're like 17 or whatever, right? But now that they're adults, though, like, Conrad has really come into his own, and he's, like, way cooler now. And Jeremiah's whole, like, cowabunga dude personality is not exactly paying the bills, you know what I'm saying? Like, Conrad's grown up so much over this season, it's crazy. But, of course, he can't escape his true feelings for Belly, even after all these years.
Do you bake now?
You know, only on special occasions.
You remembered?
I always remember.
Thank you.
Of course. What have I done?
So, Belly is staying for the summer at the house and cousins so that she can plan the wedding, which is going to be at the house and cousins. And Conrad ended up getting fired from his job at the hospital, so he flew down to stay at the house and cousins. And thanks to the power of happenstance, he and Belly are now together in the house and cousins, alone.
If Steven and I are out, does that mean it's just you, Conrad, and Jeremiah for the 4th?
Yeah, I guess so.
How has it been with Conrad?
I've barely seen him all week.
Brought to you by Pop-Tarts. And once again, things go pretty much how you'd expect from everyone's favorite, Conrad, now with extra broody boy action. I have feelings all the time. I sure hope you like watching boys cry because that's literally all I do.
I was about to head out.
Can I come with you? Because I just have to pick up a few things for the wedding and...
I mean, it'd be really quick. You could just take it when I get back.
Never mind. It's cool. I'll take my bike.
When Belly needs help with something, my first thought has historically been, how do I fix it?
Conrad, my dude, I'm sorry. Let me just interject here for a second, okay? From one fixer to another. I'm gonna be really real with you right here, okay? All that's waiting for you at the end of this road is a life of pain and misery. So it's really nothing else to do. Conrad gets wrapped up in helping Belly plan the wedding with Jeremiah. And like, obviously Conrad doesn't want to do any of this, but like, what's he gonna do? Say no?
Are you cool if we make one more stop?
Just say no. You can do it.
Just like 10 minutes tops. Please?
Yeah. No problem.
Man, I feel this scene so hard.
But it's not happening again. I'm going to bed.
Such a nice night.
Hey, are you still hungry?
Yeah.
Well, hey, Conrad, let me just stand all pretty in front of the night sky real quick. Yeah, good thing we're just platonic friends, am I right?
Now, what ends up happening, just to kind of skip ahead a little bit here, is Jeremiah does one thing right at his job. And his dad's like, golly gee willikers, I guess you're not a total loser. And decides that if he and Belly are gonna get married no matter what anyway, he might as well be a part of it.
You know, you're really impressing me these days. Here at work and at home. I know Laurel's not happy about the wedding, but if you're dead set on it, you and Belly have my support. Let's have it at the club.
However, while this is all happening, Belly is still at the house alone with Conrad and like, okay, everybody sit down. You're never gonna believe this. But she might kind of sort of be starting to catch some feelings again for Conrad when he accidentally hurts his leg while surfing. You ain't fooling nobody. Well, yeah, come on, dude. He's pulling out the Wet Bangs Mega Digi Evolution. How's that even fair? And so finally, here we are, a couple days before the wedding. Everyone's finally on board. Belly's mom came around. Jeremiah's dad's paying for it, but things are just not quite right for Belly. Like, everything just feels so real and it's moving so fast. So, like, of course she loves Jeremiah, but Conrad has bangs and feelings at the same time, okay? What's a girl supposed to do? So it's time for the bachelorette parties, and everyone's getting a little messy, except Conrad, because he just, like, doesn't do that anymore. Which, like, hey, man, respect. But after it's all over, Belly is supposed to meet Jeremiah at the beach for a special little rendezvous, you know what I'm saying? But Jeremiah is too wasted to do anything, as Belly knew he would be because it's Jeremiah. And guess who's there waiting for her instead?
Jared cheated on you when he was in Cabo.
I already knew about that.
You know?
Oh, sliding into third at the last second, Captain Adam's apple himself. Let's hear what kind of words of platonic encouragement he has to offer.
I don't think I'll ever get you out of my system.
You're only saying this because I'm marrying Jeremiah. That's why you're saying this all of a sudden.
No, it's not all of a sudden, Belly. Don't you realize that? It's always. Don't be with him. Don't marry him. Be with me.
Well, I'm sure this is gonna go wonderfully.
You and I were never anything.
Do you think Belly and all them ever wish that they just had like one emotionally neutral day? Like just once, just like one day where no one cries. You know what I mean? Now this all comes to a head in the next episode when it's almost time for the wedding. Conrad is of course up to his Edward from Twilight quasi-stalker antics, you know, where it's all like,
Sometimes I watch you sleep.
yeah, it's really weird, my dude.
You haven't changed at all. You bring all this up the weekend of my wedding. You know what? You're sick. Don't you understand that you can't play with people like that?
Belly, wait.
Don't say my name. Don't even think it.
Okay, Conrad, can we cause like for a second here, okay? Like just because you have feelings doesn't mean you have to act on them, okay? Like you can just have inside thoughts. It's okay. But anyway, it's time for the rehearsal dinner and everyone's making speeches and saying a bunch of nice stuff about each other that they don't actually mean anyway.
We'll take the lessons that we've learned from you with us into this next chapter together. From my mom, her strength and resilience. And from my dad, his optimism. And from Steven, nobody has a bigger heart than my big brother.
But Belly knows that she can't keep what Conrad said a secret from Jeremiah. Because like a huge part of every problem that's ever happened in the show is because people keep secrets, right?
He did what?
I wanted to tell you sooner.
Shrekin.
Knew it. I'm gonna kill him.
Jer. No, please just stay here and talk to me.
So is that it? Are we over? Is that why you're telling me this so you can go to him with a clear conscience?
No, I'm telling you this because I couldn't marry you if you didn't know.
And so, long, emotionally exhausting story short, Jeremiah realizes that Belly will always love Conrad, and it's never ever gonna be just about him, ever. And he realizes this because that's exactly what she tells him.
I can't even say his name without you getting this look on your face.
Jer.
Even now, you can't stop thinking about him, can you? I need you to look at me, look me in the eyes, and tell me you don't still love him. Do you love him too?
Yes.
You know, like, it's 2025, okay? Just date both of them. And so ultimately, the wedding is canceled. The marriage is off. Jeremiah and Belly break up. Jeremiah hates Conrad. And here's where the show just really takes a crazy turn. Because now that the wedding is off, and she's severed like all ties with Conrad and Jeremiah, she leaves her key to the cousin's house and just decides to go to Paris by herself. You know, forget all these dumb boys with their dumb low body fat and perfectly symmetrical faces and like, I don't need facial hair to hide my weak chin.
Et voilà, regardez.
Is everything okay then?
C'est le tableau Excel du mois dernier. Combien de fois est-ce que je vous ai dit qu'il faut le mettre à jour? I'm so sorry, but my colleague was mistaken. The program is completely full.
And so Belly finds herself in Paris, alone, no school, no anything. At first, she just wants to go home and like, you know, maybe she and Jeremiah could work things out. Like, sure, her entire life back there totally sucks and is completely ruined, but it's the kind of depressing disaster that she's familiar with. And that's way better than something new and scary. But then she makes a few friends and has a few little adventures and realizes that she could totally make this work if she just, you know, tried.
Mom, I did something really stupid.
Tell me where you are and I'll come get you.
Paris?
I'm sorry.
You what? And so she just stays in Paris for months and months. She gets some jobs under the table. She's living in a crappy apartment with like 10 other people who all hate her because she's American. So yeah, life's great.
Hey, Mom. Happy Thanksgiving. Wish I could be with you guys. I've just got so much going on with my new job and my apartment. Anyway, I gotta get started on my stuffing. I'm cooking for my roommates. Love you. Bye.
Man, this is the longest tourist visa of all time. And so 3 months go by, it's Thanksgiving, Belly's just starting to get her footing. A few more months go by, it's Christmas, Belly is being pursued by Interpol at this point, I assume. And she loves living in Paris, but you know, it gets a little lonely around the holidays. Enter stage left, totally platonic guy friend, Bonito.
Got a fire, got wine, and I've got that giant box of chocolates that Celine got me for Christmas. Okay, so what's your amazing plan then?
Well, the streets are empty tonight. And I believe there's beauty in emptiness.
Just like my soul. So Belly decides to throw all caution to the wind and hop on this guy's Vespa and see where this little Paris adventure takes her, and turns out it takes her right into his mouth. Boy, nope, guys, we gotta rewrite that one. Now, this whole time, Conrad's been writing her letters that she hasn't responded to, and Jeremiah's been kind of couch surfing for a while. First it was with Steven and Taylor, who, of course, are back together. Why wouldn't they be? Actually, just a quick aside here, okay, but real talk, Steven and Taylor are way more interesting characters who have way better chemistry than anyone else. And the actors themselves are way more believable and fun to watch on screen. This show is about the wrong people, okay?
What do you say we call it a night, huh, Jer? Get some rest.
I don't need a babysitter, okay? I'm not a child.
You have mustard all over your mouth.
She's so rude to me. Isn't she rude?
I think she's pretty perfect.
Okay, all right, let's walk that one back. Anyway, so Conrad learns that Belly is staying in Paris indefinitely. She has a couple avenues for how to change and extend her visa. Her friend moved out and gave her apartment, so she has a steady job, she has a boyfriend kinda, she has her own place now. But of course, even after several months of no contact, he still can't get her out of his head.
Okay, really though? If you don't go, you might regret it forever. If you do go, you might regret it forever too, but...
Is this supposed to be helping?
No. Doctor, help thyself.
And so, following his heart, Conrad makes his way to Paris so he can dramatically show up unannounced, now with fully torqued bang accessory. Zzz, I literally never stop thinking about you. Zzz, I came to see you because I have really bad pattern recognition skills. And this brings us to the final episode of the entire show. So Conrad shows up in Paris at Belly's apartment, which he knows the location of because she finally wrote him back one day.
Belly.
Conrad.
Surprise.
Give me a hug. Come here.
This is pretty much how it was when I was in high school and I tried to talk to literally anyone. It kind of messes with you when everyone you talk to makes it very clear that they wish you weren't. Anyway, so one thing leads to another, and Conrad ropes Belly into showing him around town, all the sights and the fountains, and oh, this is the best croissant in all of Paris, and it tastes exactly like every other croissant in Paris. Now, later on, Conrad and Belly head over to this pre-birthday dinner thing that Belly's Parisian friends have set up for her.
Conrad, I think it was quite romantic what you did. Proclaiming your love to Isabel moments before she's about to marry your brother.
I didn't start the conversation thinking that I was gonna declare my love for her.
But of course you didn't hold it in any longer, and that's what makes it romantic.
This would be such a nightmare, okay? Like you walk into a room full of strangers and they're all like, oh, you're that guy? Wow, we've heard literally everything about you. Okay, well, in that case, I'm just gonna go walk into the ocean now. Nice meeting you. Now, at this dinner, Conrad finds out that Belly and Bonito broke up, apparently, and so maybe he has a shot?
For a while, your letters kept me going. Whenever I was lonely or missed home, I would just sit and read them.
And so after sharing a passionate night of making paper snowflakes together, I assume, things are kind of weird now.
When's the next train?
The first one's at 5. Still get breakfast and I would have plenty of time.
No, I'm not really hungry.
Yeah, no, I'll just take the one at 5 a.m.
Oh, and hit it and quit it, Conklin. Strikes again. Hey there, Big C. Thanks for the medium D. Anyway, gotta run. You can show yourself out, right? Mysterious girl. She's so cool. This all turns into a much bigger conversation they have about each other and their relationship before and now, and they just kind of put everything out there,
You don't love me anymore?
I've always loved you. That's the problem. How are we supposed to know if we love each other because we want to and not because we were told to? What if you only love me because that's what your mom wanted and then your mom died?
It's about how their lives were always being driven by the should-haves and the maybes, and she feels like there was never any room left for the could-have-beens and the regrets of yesterday's why-did-I's, overruling the possibilities of tomorrow's wish-I-hads. And so she sends Conrad on his way, because she has her own life now. She doesn't need to be tied down to Conrad, Jeremiah, the cousin's house, none of that. And that's where the show ends. Or it should have, but guess who Belly chases down right after this?
Is this it taken? Conrad, I choose you.
You guys maybe want to sit down at least? And so at the very end of the show, Belly chooses Conrad, and that's where the show actually ends. Which is so freaking stupid! And now we present to you Alex getting irrationally upset about a cheesy romance show. I mean, like, okay, so the entire show is about how Belly's world is so small, and she only knows these guys, and they're like the only boys she's ever interacted with or whatever, right? She spends all 3 seasons like tennis ball bouncing between them, but like I said, the underlying foundation of everything is how this is the only life she's ever known, okay? And so finally, at the end of the show, she gets a taste of actual freedom. She's living in France, no family, no Conrad, Jeremiah, nothing. And she grows and learns and blossoms or whatever, right? Like she can speak French fluently, she figured all this out on her own, she's dating other guys. Like, look at how well she's doing. You see this bob she has going on? Amazing stuff. And then she throws it all away just to go back to Conrad after all of this. She finally has her own piece of the world that she carved out herself. She just shrugs it off and goes back to this nonsense. I was loving the way the show was about to end. Like, even Conrad coming to visit, you know, and then Belly telling him that all this was just a life that was put upon them by adults, but now she has her own life and her own world, her own goals and dreams and friends that she made by her own choice. The show should have had a bittersweet ending right there, with both of them realizing that life has moved on past all of this, and everything they thought was so important was just them going through the motions that they were like heavily pushed into doing. But no, just to go back to Conrad, because heaven forbid she expand her life in any way. Now, I totally understand what they're going for, okay? Where she chooses Conrad because she wants to, and not because of Suzanne or Jeremiah or this and that or whoever, right? It should have been Belly closing the door on all of this and proceeding forward with the life that she built for herself. You don't need no freaking Bonrad or whatever the ship name is. Anyway, turns out there's gonna be a movie now too, so cool. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please watch another one, because that's how the algorithm works. So click on this one that's being recommended to you right now, right here on the screen. It actually helps a lot if you do that, because like that's how YouTube knows that my videos are worth caring about. Anyway, hope I made your day a little bit better, and I'll see you all next time.